Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Autohrycfix. So, last episode we were able to change the alternator on the 1997 Honda Civic. It went well, and we've been driving it for about a week now, and I've had no problems. I even made sure I checked to make sure that it charged up to 14.7 volts at higher RPM, and everything is working great. During the week I was having a discussion with my wife. She said, hey, is there any way of checking the alternator to see if it's good or bad? Unfortunately, on the car, the only way you can really check if the alternator is good or not is by either an alternator load test machine, which you hook up to the battery and it hooks up to the alternator, and you put a load on and it gives a bunch of readings. But there is a way that you can bench test an alternator once the alternator is out of the vehicle to see if it's charging or not. So fortunately, I have a old alternator here. I hooked it up. I'm going to hook it up to the battery. And today what we're going to do is we're going to perform a test to see if this alternator is good or bad. So if you ever buy a used alternator, or you have an alternator laying around and you don't know if it's working or not, you can test it to be sure that it works before installing it. Alright, so I'll go ahead and I'll show you how I wired it up, and then we'll test it. Alright, so obviously what you're going to be needing is you're going to need your old alternator. You're going to need a few alligator clamps, wires, or just some wires that I fixed it up here. You'll need a little light to represent the indicator that's on the dashboard. So what I went ahead and did is, I'll show you right here. This is for a three-pin alternator. What you're going to do is you're going to take one wire, you're going to hook it up to the last pin in the three-pin connector, which goes to your light, which acts as the ground for the light. The other wire is going to go directly to the positive post of the alternator. We're also going to have a wire running from the positive of the post, which gives power to the alternator, to the regulator inside, and you're going to plug that into the middle one. After that, you're just going to ground your alternator, and then you're going to put your ground wire going directly to your ground of your battery. So let's sit and rest nicely here. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to want a multimeter. Put on DC voltage. So you're going to ground that as well. And you're going to put it on the positive side of the battery terminal as well. So when we plug that in, as you can see, the light is on, which will be as an indication that the light on the dashboard, the ladder battery light, is on. Also, I have 12.1 volts coming from my battery. Now what we're going to have to do is we're going to either use a impact gun or a electric drill, so that we can spin the alternator, so that we'll see that while spinning, it is charging. We'll see the voltage go up, and as the voltage goes up and it's charging, this light should go off. If the light does not go off, it just means that we have a bad alternator, and you can either rebuild it, or you're going to have to go ahead and replace it. Alright, so I'm going to be taking my drill, 24mm socket, and I'm going to spin the alternator. You're going to want to try to have it spin quick enough so that it'll replicate charging as if it's attached to the vehicle. As we saw here, I was spinning. It's not spinning as fast as I wanted it to spin, but just the same, the voltage didn't go up, and the light that didn't either dim or turn off. So what it indicates in this alternator is that the regulator or one of the bushings or something is bad in the alternator, and at that point, the best thing to do is either you can rebuild it, or you can give it in as a core when you're buying your new alternator. Alright, so, and there you have it. We were able to bench test the alternator, and we found out that the alternator that was on the car was indeed faulty. And at least now you guys know how you can test it if you ever have a old alternator lying around, or if you have to purchase a new alternator that you're going to install. At least now you'll be able to make sure to know that the alternator is good. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.